Welcome to Alive in Writing, a podcast on troubleshooting life as a writer.
I'm Chautona Havoc.
I'm April Heyman.
And I'm C.R. Rowanson. We're here.
We're alive.
And we're writing. And today's topic is, it's not a competition. Says who?
Me.
Me.
Oh.
There you go. That's
Okay,
it.
we're done.
Go home.
Yep.
Scene.
Okay, maybe not. So, if it's not a competition, what is it?
It should be an alliance. Okay, so
Ooh, I like that.
do we need to back up at all and explain what we mean by this?
Yes,
maybe.
I think so. Maybe.
Yeah.
So who wants to cover this? Don't everybody jump
Sure.
in.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, okay.
It's not a competition.
We're defining and delineating between competition and
We talk about
And
comparison later.
comparison. Yeah, this isn't about comparison. This is competition. This is not two clothing stores selling the exact same items sitting side by side fighting with each other. That's what we mean by it's not a competition.
Yeah, there are 3 authors in this room, and we are not in competition with one another. And we never should be.
No.
So what it needs to be is we need to be finding ways to work together.
And to support each other. I mean, if it's not a competition, then what's the opposite? If you're not going to compete, you're going to support, right?
Yeah, but I don't think lots of us think that way.
I think a lot of us, a lot of authors, are actually afraid of supporting another author because it'll pull readers away from their stuff. And I found that to be completely opposite, actually.
Me too. So far, I found that. And truthfully, your reader is not necessarily going to want to read someone else, or they will read someone else, but it doesn't lessen anything you've written. And actually having more people write similarly to yours actually widens the pool for yourself.
Yeah.
And working with other authors makes that happen faster too, actually.
It does. Oh, well, okay. Let's put it this way. I'm an incredibly prolific author. I can't pretend not to be, so I'm just going to say it. I write a lot and I write fast. And I publish a lot. I still can't publish a book every day, and I've got readers who want to read a book every day.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, between the 3 of us, we range between, I don't know, a book a day to, when we're dedicated, easily a book in a week. Yep. So unless you can write an entire new book and edit it and everything in just 1 week, you can't be the only thing these people are reading.
Right. So you want to give them stuff that makes them want to come back to you to find out more. Because when they come back to you to find out more, guess what? They're going to find out more about your next thing, too. So it helps you to help others if you really want to look at the selfish side of things.
Well, I mean, kind of selfish, but...
Well, I mean, it's a little selfish if that is your focus. Your focus is, I need to help me. This is a way to help me, so I'll promote that author. Okay, that's kind of selfish. It's not bad selfish necessarily, but...
I'm going to bring this around to the more emotional side, the way I tend to do, which is funny because I write bloody horror. Anyway, so...
It's just a different emotion.
Writing is hard. And selling your writing is even harder. It's just so difficult. And the longer I do this, the more I learn how flippin' hard, clean rating, right? Yeah, okay, how flippin' hard this actually is.
Yeah.
And don't let anybody suffer alone.
Right?
These two have helped. Yeah, exactly. That's our theme, and Chautona's continual joke at me.
Yes.
But we all participate in NaNoWriMo, though. That's kind of a competition.
Yeah,
but it's a competition against yourself.
Bam.
High five.
Hey.
But it is, right? You have a goal, and you're not going to win over someone else. You're competing against yourself. That's good competition.
Okay, so there is good competition.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify because it's about competition, not necessarily competition against other authors.
It's true. The danger I see is if you get too worried about people stealing readers or somebody stealing your ideas and things like that, it gets really easy to cut yourself off and be isolatory and
make yourself alone.
Yeah,
or keeping up with the Joneses or the Havigses.
Yeah, we're not gonna. So, April and I are not full-time writers at the moment. Chautona is, so we're not gonna keep up with her.
No.
Yeah, there's just no way we could.
It
End of
sounds
story.
arrogant to say it, but it's just it's the fact of life. If you do, then you need to go back and listen to our old podcasts about taking time for yourself and stuff, because you're not
Right.
eating, sleeping, or doing anything else.
Right. It's
Right.
not healthy. We won't be able to do it for long. And that's totally okay.
Right, and it's no reflection on you as an author if you can't keep up with some other author. If you both have the same exact life, you both have 3 kids, you both have a house and a mortgage and a garden and elderly parents you take care of, and that person writes 5,000 words a week and you write 1,000, it's not a competition. You wrote 1,000 words that week. That's good.
As
Right.
long as you're alive and writing, that's all that really matters.
Exactly.
Oh, bam. See how I did that?
Oh, does that mean we're done? No.
It could be. So for me, this is something that actually helps take some of the pressure off, because I don't have to compete with these guys, which, if you're a very competitive person, can be tough to swallow. But at the same time, if I don't have to compete with them, then I don't have to feel bad for losing, and I will lose.
Well, and again, you can if you're very competitive, you can compete with yourself.
Right.
Or create friendly contests, but just do it in a way you're making sure you're helping the other person. So this is the really big thing for me, because I know a couple people who they're friendly enough, but I can tell deep down they feel like they need to be further along in their career than other people, and their help seems a little tainted. I don't have a better way to put it. It doesn't feel right. But when you start looking and realize that you don't have to best everybody around you, all of a sudden, instead of being surrounded by these scary people who can take away your money and are so much better than you, all you start to see is allies and mentors.
Yeah, and let's face it, when you have allies, you have support. When you have support, you can keep going when you feel like you can't.
So what if you get to someone who's really competitive with you? What if you're not that competitive? You're just, keeping your head down to the grindstone. What if someone, for whatever reason, has decided you are the competition and they themselves are very competitive?
Let them.
Yeah, there's a couple things you can do here, and this gets into like life advice about relationships. If this person is really caustic about it, you just need to ignore them, because it's not worth the hassle. But at the same time, if somebody's trying to do that, just, maybe kill them with kindness. If they're saying things about, look, I'm doing so much more than this person, flip it around. Start talking on your blog about, hey, this person is writing so much and it really inspires me to keep going. They're going to feel a little, they're not going to feel good about themselves, hopefully.
Well, and even if they are, who cares? You've turned it into something beneficial for you. You've turned it into something beneficial for your readers. And if someone else is that petty, let them be petty. You can't fix them.
And when other people see that, that's just going to build your brand and make people like you more.
Right.
It's just, you can't win. So I'm trying to remember who exactly it is, and I think it's a generic enough quote that I'm never going to find out who said it. But I was talking with some people on the Writing Excuses cruise. I believe it was Steve Barnes who told me, your true competition is a pack of beer. Because that's how much a book costs. You better make sure that your story is more entertaining than a pack of beer.
That is a great quote.
So,
Awesome.
I know, I really love it. He's the one who told me, I believe, I don't know, I've heard it multiple times, so I don't know where it came from. I'm sorry if I am misquoting somebody on that. But that's really what it is. So everybody around you, help them, and they can help you.
I keep going back to this, but it's true. Every time I help another author either review a book, or I promote that author, or I help someone get their work published, it increases exposure of my stuff. And that, again, it brings it back to me, and it makes it sound so selfish, but it's one of those things where it's a catch-22. It helps me, that's the wrong word. What's the word I'm looking for?
It's the opposite of catch-20. It's a win-win.
Yeah, it's a win-win. I help them, and because I help them, it helps me. It's kind of like working out, You're miserable and everything, but you're doing it, and it helps you.
So here's another thing to think about. Whether people want to talk about it or not, we all have our strengths and weaknesses. So we're all good at something and we're all bad at something else. If you want to make a lifelong friend, go find somebody and help them improve where they're weakest.
Yeah.
They will be so grateful.
They may not be at first. I'm just saying.
You have to do it tactfully. You don't want to just go up and be like, "You're wrong.
You suck at that. Let me help you."
Let me
nobody
fix it.
responds well to that.
A drunk
and nobody
chimp can do it
responds well
better."
to the baptized version either. Oh, I'm so sorry. Bless your heart. Let me fix
sweetie.
that. Yeah, that doesn't work either. Just like, hey, how can I help? What can I do for you? You know, and people, if you're sincere, and they recognize that, and if you're sincere, they will eventually tell you how you can help. And you help. You just help.
And with that, it's time for our spotlight, and we're going to help ourselves, actually.
Well, we're going to help each other to help ourselves.
Yes, there we go.
It's like the perfect illustration of what we're talking about here.
Excellent.
All right, so I'm going to talk about April's blog. April, you can find her at picayunepen.com.
Please spell that.
Okay, picayunepen.com.
And that will be in the liner notes.
Yes.
For those who can't keep up with me, because I do talk fast.
And
Anyway,
can't spell like me.
April talks about all kinds of fun stuff on her blog. She's really into handwriting and fountain pens and stationery. Actually, yeah, she talks about stationery, and that'll get you moving, right? That joke, drop page. And then one of the greatest things on her blog, and there should be a post just up or just coming up pretty soon. It's the Write a Story challenge that she and I do on Instagram every month. You get a list of words. You write 1 to 3 sentences from that day's word, and you hashtag Write a Story challenge, and you post it on Instagram, and we all follow around and read each other's stories, and it's a whole lot of fun, and it's great exposure for
gonna have to get
upcoming authors. It's great exposure.
Yes, and we always encourage people to do it. But if you can't write a story, that's okay too. Journaling, poetry, just use it as a way to break through writer's block. I've done that actually in the past when I can't think of anything to write.
And sometimes the words get really bizarre, and you end up with
like
fail
and quack
next to each other, and you write really stupid stuff, but it's okay because it's fun.
Yes. And I've met lots of people doing this too. It's amazing.
Friends.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm going to jump in here and we're going to talk about Chautona's website. So you can find her at chautona.com. Again, that will be in the liner notes.
Spell it anyway.
All right. S. See what happens when you tell me to spell anything.
Particularly my name.
Oh, goodness. Okay. It is Chautona. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. There you go. It will be in the liner notes, and it will be correct in the liner notes, I promise. But on her website, Chautona writes about her life, about writing, and about books, about pretty much whatever she wants. It's called Just the Right Escape. And if for some reason you want to get inside the head of Chautona Havig, you can go to the website and God help you.
Scary stuff.
And
free stuff.
And
People
free
give
stuff,
away
yeah.
free stuff.
I like to give away stuff.
There you go.
okay, so I get to promote Clark's website, and I really like Clark's website, by the way. He's a fabulous writer.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And his website is crrowenson, crrowenson.com.
Again in the liner notes.
Yes, and it will be correct in the liner notes.
No S's.
No S's.
I feel like we're speaking Spanish.
I know.
It is.
So he does a lot of world building blog posts, which are really great.
Fabulous.
They're very helpful. A lot of like magic building systems, and he does some really in-depth book reviews. He calls them book readings.
Book learnings.
Book learnings. Okay. See, that's what you do when you change something on me. All right. But they're really great. They are very much in depth. And he pulls apart world building magic systems, and he shows you why they tick and And
it makes you a better writer.
it does. It makes you a better writer. If you
Reader.
Oh, that's a good point. It does make you a better reader because you can look at something and wonder why is that not working, and if you've read his blog post, you'll know why. So, or why something works really, really well, and he goes through those as well. So.
Huzzah. So now we've gone around and we have helped each other to help ourselves because it's not a competition.
That's right.
Right, guys?
Yay.
Who has the most page links?
That would be Chautona because she's been doing it longer.
Dang it.
I know. We're never. Okay, this is why we don't compete with Chautona.
It's
Ever.
just not fair.
It's not.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So really, this entire episode is just to make April and I feel better about ourselves?
Exactly.
Hey, I'm good with that. You know what? You guys are great guys, and they have great information. April's written some great books. Clark has written some great books. I'm waiting for them to be in print, drumming my fingernails and all that good stuff.
That does bring me to another really good point. You just jogged an idea in my head. And I had said this before, where everybody is good at something and everybody is bad at something. That's a really big deal. Not just that, everybody can teach you something. It really doesn't matter who they are. Every book can teach you something, even if you hate it. But if you're talking with somebody, just see how you can help them and pay attention to what you think they can teach you.
Not only what they can teach you, but what, in the sense of, you know what I mean is not just teach you so that you can do it too, but sometimes what they teach you is actually what you don't want to do. And that's good
point.
learning too.
Yeah. So, for example, Chautona is way more experienced with all of the marketing stuff and all of the social media stuff and the stuff that makes me bite my nails down to the quick until they're bleeding and painful.
But you're not alone because I was there too.
Right. But apparently what I'm better at is working with the outlines and really deconstructing things so that you can build up something new.
Exactly.
So I'm always trying to help these guys as much as I can with that while they help me with the marketing and the linking and all of those things that I really don't like
chops
doing.
My book in half. I help him get his out there.
With a meat cleaver.
And he's really great with ideas. One thing I have learned from Clark is to look at situations differently. What would happen opposite? What's the worst thing that can happen? Because he was really good at that.
Yes.
Oddly enough,
I'm
basically.
just horrible to my characters.
Yes, he is. And it's very helpful because you want horrible things to happen to your characters. Otherwise, what's the point of writing?
Yeah, right? And let's read Sunshine and Roses and Rainbow Farts.
Exactly.
And
Nobody wants that.
happened ever.
The end.
And that was page 2.
Exactly.
So we've gone on a bit of a tangent, but that's really kind of the point, is just how we can help each other, and everybody is going to be able to do that for you in some way.
And if you find yourself competing, you need to stop because it's not conducive to the creative process, period.
So there's another saying that I really like. I'm so full of sayings. One of my favorites is be the dragon that you want to see in the world. Sorry, that's the wrong one. No. It's just to, be the support that, be the reader that you would like to have.
Yeah.
So I'm guilty of this. I do not comment as much as I should on either of their websites, and that's something I'm stepping up this year. Because if I want them to read my stuff and comment my stuff, I mean, yeah, it's great, but I need to turn around and do the same thing for them. Otherwise, it's just rude.
Yeah, so basically, you treat others the way you want to be treated. Seems like Mom said something about that.
Yeah.
Golden rules for writers.
Exactly.
Or dragons, whatever.
No.
And with that, we're at time.
Oh,
So
fine. Can we compete for time? Oh.
No, it's done. Over.
Fine.
This has been Alive in Writing. Sometimes that's all you've got, but it's all you really need. Bye.